The shock hit Charlotte like a freight train that morning. She had been sipping coffee in her modest Boston apartment, scrolling through emails, when the call came from the estate attorney. "Ms. Hayes, your sister named you as sole beneficiary," the voice said flatly, as if it weren't ripping open old wounds. Charlotte dropped her mug, ceramic shattering on the tile floor, coffee pooling like blood from a fresh cut. Why now? Chelsea had been dead for 2 weeks, a sudden heart attack at 52, and not once in all those years had she reached out. Not after the family blow-up, not during Mom's funeral, not even when Charlotte's world crumbled further. Her mind raced back to that fateful Thanksgiving dinner in 2010, the one that shattered their bond. Charlotte, then 35, had mustered the courage to come out, introducing her girlfriend Emily to the family table laden with turkey and tension. Chelsea, ever the devout conservative, her face twisting in disgust, had erupted. "This is unnatural, Charlotte. You're throwing away your life for this." The words echoed in Charlotte's head even now, the way Chelsea had stood up, chair scraping harshly, pointing an accusatory finger. Their parents, caught in the crossfire, had sided with Chelsea, urging Charlotte to pray it away or seek therapy. Emily had squeezed Charlotte's hand under the table, but the damage was done. By dessert, Charlotte was out the door, disowned in all but name, her sister's final words ringing. "Don't come back until you've fixed yourself." Driving home that night, tears blurring the highway lights, Charlotte had replayed every childhood memory, questioning if their sisterly love had ever been real. Chelsea, 2 years older, had always been the protector, the one who bandaged scraped knees, shared secrets under blanket forts, defended Charlotte from school bullies. But that loyalty evaporated when Charlotte's truth clashed with Chelsea's rigid worldview. Shaped by their evangelical upbringing in a small Connecticut town where being different meant being damned. "How can I love someone who's choosing sin?" Chelsea had texted later, the message a dagger to Charlotte's heart. Charlotte had typed responses a dozen times, explanations, pleas, anger, but deleted them all. What was the point? The silence stretched into years, a chasm widening with each unanswered holiday card. Now, sitting in the lawyer's leather chair, Charlotte felt a storm brewing inside. Was this Chelsea's way of apologizing from beyond the grave? Or a cruel joke, forcing Charlotte to confront the family ghost she'd buried? The attorney slid papers across the desk. Deeds, bank statements, a personal letter sealed in wax. Charlotte's fingers hovered over it, heart pounding. Opening it meant inviting Chelsea back into her life, even in death. But ignoring it? That would be letting the past win again. She broke the seal, unfolding the crisp paper, Chelsea's elegant script staring back. "Dear Charlie." The nickname, unused for decades, brought a lump to her throat. As she read, fragments of their shared history flooded her mind. Growing up, they were inseparable, 2 peas in a pod, as Mom used to say. Chelsea, ambitious and poised, pursued law school, while Charlotte, more introspective, became a social worker, helping LGBTQ youth navigate the very prejudices that tore her family apart. Irony wasn't lost on her. Emily had been her rock then, but even that relationship fractured under the weight of isolation. No family support, friends drifting away in the conservative circles they'd known. They split amicably after 5 years. Emily moving to California for a fresh start. Charlotte stayed, building a life in Boston's vibrant queer community, but the ache of family rejection never fully healed. Therapy sessions unpacked layers of guilt. Was she wrong for coming out? Should she have hidden it longer? The questions haunted her nights, inner monologues spiraling into self-doubt. "You're strong," she'd tell her reflection, but the mirror lied some days. Chelsea's letter poured out regrets Charlotte never expected. "I was blind, Charlie. Blinded by fear, by what I thought was right. Watching you live authentically from afar. I realized my mistake too late." From afar? Had Chelsea been keeping tabs? The revelation stung. Years of potential reconciliation wasted. Chelsea detailed her own struggles. A loveless marriage to appease their parents, a career in corporate law that left her empty, quiet battles with depression. "I envied your courage," she wrote. "I pushed you away because you mirrored what I couldn't face in myself." Charlotte's breath caught. Was Chelsea implying? No, she was straight, married to Tom for 20 years, 2 kids in college. But the words hinted at deeper turmoil, perhaps a denial of her own identity. Charlotte set the letter down, head spinning. Inheriting the fortune meant more than money. It meant unraveling Chelsea's secrets, facing the family estate where memories lurked in every corner. Deciding to visit the property, Charlotte packed a bag that afternoon. The drive north a blur of autumn leaves and unresolved anger. Why hadn't Chelsea reached out while alive? A phone call, an email, anything. The betrayal burned fresh, mixing with grief she hadn't allowed herself to feel. Arriving at the gated driveway, the Victorian mansion loomed, unchanged yet foreign. She turned the key, stepping into the foyer where dust motes danced in sunlight. Familiar scents, lavender from Mom's sachets, polished wood, assaulted her. In the study, she found Chelsea's journals stacked neatly as if waiting. Flipping through, entries revealed a woman tormented. Saw Charlie's photo on Facebook today. She's happy. Why can't I be? Dates aligned with Charlotte's milestones, her promotion, a pride parade post. Chelsea had been watching, silently rooting, but too proud or scared to bridge the gap. Tears welled as Charlotte sank into the armchair, the weight of lost time crushing her. "You coward," she whispered to the empty room. But was she any better? She'd stopped trying after the first few years, building walls to protect her heart. The inheritance felt like a poisoned chalice. Riches in exchange for dredging up pain. What would she do with it? Sell and move on? Or honor Chelsea by turning the estate into something meaningful, like a retreat for queer families? The decision loomed, a fork in her road. As night fell, Charlotte wandered the halls, ghosts of arguments echoing. In Chelsea's bedroom, a photo album lay open, childhood snapshots, then nothing after the fallout. A single recent picture slipped out, Charlotte at a charity event, clipped from a newspaper. Chelsea had kept it close. The realization cracked Charlotte's resolve. Forgiveness flickered, tentative and raw. But forgiveness for what? The shunning that cost her family ties, or the silence that followed? Sleep evaded her that night, mind churning with what-ifs. By morning, resolve hardened. She called her best friend Lena, a fellow lesbian who'd navigated similar family rifts. "It's like she's trying to buy my absolution," Charlotte vented over speakerphone. Lena listened, then sighed. "Or maybe she's giving you power she never had. Use it, Char. Don't let the past dictate." Wise words, but easier said. Charlotte spent the day sorting papers, uncovering more. Chelsea's donations to LGBTQ causes. Anonymous but traceable. Hypocrisy or atonement. The conflict tore at her. Admire the late change or resent the hidden support. As she delved deeper, a knock at the door startled her. Tom, Chelsea's husband, stood there, face etched with sorrow. "We need to talk about the will," he said, eyes avoiding hers. Tension crackled. He was the last person she wanted to see, the man who'd stood by while Chelsea cut her off. But his presence hinted at more layers, perhaps objections or revelations. Charlotte braced herself, inviting him in, the conversation poised to unearth buried truths. Tom stepped inside, his polished shoes echoing on the hardwood like judgments from the past. Charlotte led him to the living room, where family portraits still hung, frozen smiles mocking the rift. He sat rigidly, hands clasped, avoiding the photo of Chelsea and Charlotte as teens, arms linked. "I didn't expect this," Tom admitted, voice low. "Chelsea never mentioned changing the will." Charlotte's pulse quickened. Was he contesting it? Inner turmoil surged. Defend her claim or question Chelsea's motives aloud. She poured coffee, stalling, her mind screaming. "Why you? Why not your kids?" As they sipped, Tom revealed cracks in the facade Chelsea had maintained. Their marriage, once envied in their social circle, had been a performance. "She was distant the last few years," he confessed. "Therapy sessions I didn't know about until after." Charlotte leaned forward, curiosity overriding caution. "What kind of therapy?" Tom hesitated then. "For repressed feelings. About her identity." The words hung heavy, confirming Charlotte's suspicions from the letter. Chelsea, the pillar of heteronormativity, had grappled with her own queerness? It explained the envy, the pushback. But why hide it? Fear of appending her life, losing status in their affluent Connecticut community where appearances reigned supreme. Charlotte's heart ached for the sister she'd lost twice, once to prejudice, now to unspoken truth. Flashbacks assaulted her. Chelsea's wedding day, Charlotte as bridesmaid before the fallout, smiling through envy of the perfect life. Had it all been a lie? Tom's eyes missed it. She loved you, you know. In her way. Charlotte scoffed inwardly. Love that shuns isn't love. But aloud she probed. Then why the silence? Tom shifted uncomfortably. Guilt. She thought reaching out would reopen wounds. Cowardice, Charlotte thought, but empathy crept in. How many nights had Chelsea lain awake, regretting? Similar to Charlotte's own regrets. Not fighting harder, not forcing a confrontation. The conversation turned tense when Tom mentioned the kids, Alex and Mia, both in their 20s. They expected the inheritance. This blindsided them. The real agenda. Charlotte's defenses rose. Was this a plea or a threat? Chelsea's choice, she said firmly, though doubt gnawed. Was it fair to them? They were innocents in the family drama. Tom left with promises of no legal fight, but his parting words lingered. Read her last journal. It explains everything. Alone again, Charlotte hunted for it, finding a leather-bound book in the nightstand. Entries painted a woman unraveling. Watched a documentary on LGBTQ rights today. Saw myself in those stories, denied, afraid. Charlie was brave, I was weak. Dates showed progression. Secret meetings with a support group, confessions of attraction to women buried since college. Chelsea had kissed a roommate once, dismissed it as experimentation, but it haunted her. Marrying Tom was safety, a shield against self-truth. The journal detailed the will change 6 months ago, after a health scare prompted reflection. Charlie deserves it all. She's lived honestly, I've hidden. This is my amends. Tears streamed down Charlotte's face. Anger mixed with sorrow. Chelsea paid dearly, a life half-lived, relationships strained, health deteriorated under stress. Word spread quickly in their old circles. Calls came from distant relatives, some congratulatory, others accusatory. Aunt Muriel ever the gossip rang. How could Chelsea do this? Well, you know. The homophobia stung fresh, reminding Charlotte of societal pressures that fueled the rift. She hung up, pacing, inner voice raging. Why must I justify my existence? That evening, Lena arrived, bearing wine and solidarity. Over glasses, Charlotte unloaded. The letter, journal, Tom's visit. Lena, a therapist herself, nodded. Classic internalized homophobia. Chelsea projected her fears onto you. It made sense but didn't erase the hurt. They talked late, Lena sharing her own coming-out story. Rejected by parents but reconciled years later. Time heals, but only if you let it. Charlotte pondered. Could she heal without Chelsea? The inheritance offered freedom. Quit her draining job, fund causes, but at what cost to her soul? Accepting meant acknowledging Chelsea's redemption arc, flawed as it was. Next day, Alex and Mia showed up unannounced, faces stormy. Alex the elder burst out. This is bullshit, Aunt Charlotte. Mom was manipulated or something. Mia softer added. We loved her, but this hurts. Charlotte invited them in, heart heavy. The confrontation unfolded in the kitchen, accusations flying. You turned her against us with your lifestyle. Alex spat. Charlotte recoiled, old wounds reopening. My lifestyle? It's who I am. Inner monologue swirled. Don't lash out, they're grieving. But patience frayed as Mia revealed. Mom changed after finding old letters from you. She cried for days. Letters Charlotte sent early on, pleading for understanding, unanswered. Had they pierced Chelsea's armor? The siblings demanded shares, threatening legal action. Charlotte stood firm. This was her wish. Honor it. But doubt seeded. Was she being selfish? The argument escalated, Alex storming out, Mia lingering with tears. I don't hate you, Aunt Char. But why us? Charlotte had no answer, only empathy for their loss. Alone after, she wandered the grounds, autumn wind whispering regrets. The estate, once a symbol of family unity, now a battleground. She called her lawyer, preparing defenses, but the moral quandary gnawed. Keep it all, or share to mend fences. Chelsea's journal urged honesty, but at what price? That night, dreams plagued her. Chelsea appearing silent, eyes pleading. Waking sweat-soaked, Charlotte resolved to dig deeper. Among papers, she found therapy notes. Chelsea's sessions exploring bisexuality. Fears of coming out shattering her world. Lost my sister over this. Can't lose more. The irony. Chelsea's denial cost them both. Charlotte felt a shift. Pity replaced some anger. Perhaps this was Chelsea's final act of courage, forcing Charlotte to confront and forgive. As weeks passed, pressure mounted. Media caught wind. A local paper ran, "A estranged lesbian sister inherits fortune," sparking online debates. Comments ranged from supportive to vile. Societal prejudices amplified. Charlotte scrolled, heart-sinking. "She doesn't deserve it, pervert." Others. Redemption story of the year. The spotlight intensified her isolation. Friends rallied, but the weight pressed. She met with a financial advisor, discussing options. Sell, invest, donate. But emotionally, it tethered her to the past. Lena suggested therapy. Charlotte agreed, sessions unpacking layers. "You paid the price for authenticity," the therapist said. Chelsea for conformity. True, but both suffered. Charlotte pondered her own life. Single at 50, career fulfilling but lonely. Had the rift stunted her? A date with a woman from her support group loomed, tentative hope. But Chelsea's shadow lingered. Then a bombshell. Tom's call. Found emails. Chelsea had a lover, a woman. Proof attached. Messages from 2 years ago, passionate yet discreet. Chelsea's double life, hidden from all. The betrayal hit hard. Not for Charlotte, but for the hypocrisy. Chelsea preached morality while living a lie. Anger flared anew. "You judged me while doing the same?" But compassion followed. Chelsea's fear was real, societal chains tight. This revelation could upend everything. If public, the kids devastated, reputation tarnished. Charlotte held the power. Expose or protect. The choice loomed, ethics clashing. Keep silent, honoring Chelsea's memory, or reveal to validate her own pain. The decision would define her. Charlotte sat at the kitchen table, staring at the printed emails, words blurring through tears. Chelsea's affair with a woman named Sarah, a colleague, spanned months, stolen moments, confessions of love suppressed for decades. "You're the truth I've denied," Chelsea wrote. Sarah's replies echoed longing. "Come out with me, we can be free." But Chelsea balked, citing family, career, God. The affair ended abruptly, Sarah moving away heartbroken. Charlotte's mind reeled. Her sister, the arbiter of righteousness, had tasted the forbidden fruit she condemned. Hypocrisy burned, but so did understanding. Chelsea's internal war mirrored countless queer stories, suppressed by societal norms. Confronting Tom via video call, Charlotte demanded, "Why show me now?" He sighed weary. "Because the kids deserve truth, not illusions." But did they? Alex and Mia idolized their mother. This could shatter them. Charlotte wrestled inwardly. Protect the lie, or force awakening. Her own coming out had been brutal. Sparing them might perpetuate cycles. She decided to meet them, estate as neutral ground. Arriving tense, Alex scowled, Mia fidgeted. Charlotte laid out the emails gently. "Your mom struggled like I did. This doesn't diminish her love for you." Shock rippled, Alex denied. "Fake. Mom wasn't. Like you." The slur hung stinging. Mia read silently, tears falling. She was unhappy because of this? Charlotte nodded, sharing journal excerpts. The room thickened with emotion. Betrayal toward Tom for knowing, anger at Chelsea for hiding, pity for her torment. The discussion turned raw. Alex paced. "If she was gay, why marry Dad? Why have us?" Tom, joining later, admitted, "Our marriage was companionship, not passion. I suspected, but loved her anyway." Revelations poured. Chelsea's college doubts, suppressed after parental pressure. Societal expectations in their elite circles demanded perfection, straight, successful, traditional. Charlotte interjected. "That's the prison she built, and pushed me into exile for escaping." Resentment flared, but Mia's question cut deep. "Aunt Char, did she ever apologize to you?" Not in life, Charlotte thought bitterly. The inheritance now felt like compensation for stolen years. As they talked, bonds tentatively formed, Mia hugging Charlotte, Alex softening. But healing demanded time. They left with copies, Promising thought. Alone, Charlotte reflected on her price paid. Years without family holidays, watching friends' milestones from afar, internalizing shame despite pride. Am I broken? She'd wondered in dark moments. Now validation came twisted. Chelsea's hypocrisy highlighting the absurdity of judgment. She attended a support group, sharing anonymously. My sister shunned me, then lived my truth in secret. Responses varied, anger, empathy, mirroring her turmoil. One woman said, "Forgive to free yourself." But forgiveness felt like surrender. That night she dreamed of Chelsea. I paid with my life, don't pay with yours. Waking, resolve formed. Use the fortune for good. Plans gelled, a foundation for queer youth, the estate as headquarters. But first, navigate the fallout. Media frenzy escalated. A tabloid leaked details, likely from a relative. Headlines screamed, "Secret lesbian affair rocks heiress legacy." Comments flooded Charlotte's socials. Support from LGBTQ allies, vitriol from conservatives. "See, it's a choice and destructive," one read. Societal bias exposed raw. Charlotte's inbox filled with stories from others disowned, fueling her fire. She did an interview anonymously, voice disguised. My sister's story shows the cost of hiding. Authenticity saves lives. Backlash followed. Threats, doxing attempts. Fear gripped. Was the inheritance worth this? Lena stayed over, bolstering. You're sparking change. That's the win. But doubt whispered. Retreat, sell quietly. Then, Sarah contacted her via LinkedIn, voice trembling on the call. I loved your sister. She broke my heart choosing fear. They met in a neutral cafe, Sarah's eyes mirroring Chelsea's, blue haunted. Stories unfolded. Passionate nights, whispered promises, Chelsea's tears over family obligations. She talked about you constantly, regretted everything. Sarah handed a locket. She wanted you to have this. Inside, a photo of young Charlotte and Chelsea inscribed, Sisters Forever. Emotion choked Charlotte. This tangible link bridged gaps. Sarah's pain echoed her own. Love denied by societal chains. Did she ever consider leaving? Charlotte asked. Sarah nodded. Once, but the kids. Morality. Moral quandary hit. Was staying ethical or selfish? Chelsea sacrificed happiness for stability, but damaged all. Post-meeting, Charlotte's inner conflict peaked. Accept Chelsea's flaws or condemn. She visited their parents' graves, wind-whipping leaves. You raised us in fear, she whispered. Look what it cost. Catharsis came. Tears cleansed. Back home, Alex called. We're dropping any contest. Mom's truth changes things. Mia added. Let's honor her by supporting your foundation. Relief washed, but wariness lingered. True change or grief talking. Tom offered help managing assets. A truce formed. Charlotte dove into setup, lawyers drafting, excitement building. But shadows remained. A cousin sued frivolously, claiming undue influence. Court loomed, dredging past. Testifying, Charlotte bared soul. Chelsea's will reflects her awakening. Deny it, deny her growth. The judge ruled in favor, but the toll exhausted. As the foundation launched, media shifted positive. Stories of impact, youth helped. Charlotte met Jordan, a volunteer, sparks flying subtly. Dates followed, cautious. Jordan's family accepting, contrasting Charlotte's. You're brave, Jordan said. Inner warmth grew. Perhaps love again. But Chelsea's ghost prompted caution. Don't rush. Highs mix with lows. An online troll campaign accused fraud. Charlotte fought back legally, winning but energy drained. Is this the price? She pondered. Yes, visibility's cost. Months later, at the estate's opening gala, attendees mingled, queer families, allies. Alex and Mia attended, hugs exchanged. Tom raised a toast. To Chelsea, who taught us late. Charlotte spoke. Her journey reminds us, hiding hurts all. Applause rang, but inwardly she questioned. Did Chelsea deserve redemption? The event buzzed, but a surprise guest arrived, Emily, her ex, smiling. Proud of you. Nostalgia hit. They caught up, closure sweet. Emily's life thrived, Charlotte's too finally. But as night ended, solitude returned, mind swirling. What if Chelsea had come out? Lives altered, pain avoided. The inheritance, once burdensome, became tool for change. Yet, moral debates lingered. Was Chelsea's late act enough? With the foundation thriving, Charlotte's days filled with purpose, counseling sessions, fundraisers, advocacy. But echoes of the past persisted, especially in quiet moments. Jordan became a steady presence, their relationship blooming slowly, built on shared values. "You've overcome so much," Jordan whispered one evening, hands entwined. Charlotte smiled, but inwardly. At what cost? Sleepless nights replayed Chelsea's choices. Marrying for cover, affair in shadows, will as confession. Was it bravery or cowardice? Charlotte journaled her thoughts, mirroring Chelsea's habit. She paid with isolation, I with rejection. Who's the victor? Societal pressures resurfaced via a family reunion invite from cousins. Post-lawsuit thaw. Attending meant facing judges, declining, perpetuating divide. She went, Jordan by side, armor up. Whispers followed. The heiress and her friend. Aunt Muriel cornered her. Chelsea would have hated this foundation, tarnishing the family name. Charlotte retorted calmly. It's honoring her truth. Inner fire burned. Why defend? But Muriel's jab cut. Your influence corrupted her. Absurd, yet seeding doubt. Did exposure to Charlotte's life awaken Chelsea's denial? The evening tensed, arguments bubbling. A cousin defended. Times change, let it go. Charlotte left early shaken. Jordan consoled. They're stuck, you're free. True, but freedom's price. Eternal vigilance against bias. Back at the estate, now bustling with retreats, Charlotte found solace in stories shared. A teen confided. My sister disowned me like yours did you. Parallels struck, cycles repeating. Charlotte advised. Fight for connection, but protect your heart. Hypocritical? She'd given up on Chelsea. Reflection deepened. Perhaps mutual fault. A letter arrived from Sarah. Starting over. Thank you for closure. Enclosed, a poem Chelsea wrote. Longing for authenticity. Tears fell. Chelsea's artistry hidden too. Charlotte framed it. Reminder of lost potential. Drama escalated when Alex relapsed into anger, calling drunk. Mom's affair. Your fault for planting ideas. Hurt flared. Charlotte hung up, trembling. Mia mediated next day. He's processing, give time. But patience thinned. How much more? Therapy helped unpack. You're not responsible for others' journeys. Yet guilt lingered. Had she been more forgiving earlier, maybe reconciliation. Jordan suggested a family session. Reluctant, Charlotte agreed. Gathered at the estate, tensions high. Tom facilitated. We all paid prices. Alex admitted fears. If Mom was queer, what about me? Vulnerability emerged, his own questions suppressed. Charlotte empathized. It's okay to explore. Tears flowed. Breakthroughs came. Mia shared. I admire you, Aunt Char. Mom did too secretly. Bonds mended tentatively, but scars remained. As winter set, a health scare hit. Charlotte's routine check revealed a lump, benign but terrifying. Echoing Chelsea's end, it prompted reevaluation. Life's short, she told Jordan. Proposal followed, simple and sincere. Yes, Jordan beamed. Planning a wedding amplified joy, but invited scrutiny. Invites to family sparked debates. Who to include? Muriel declined harshly. Others attended warily. The ceremony, intimate at the estate, symbolized triumph. Vows exchanged, Charlotte thought. This is what Chelsea denied herself. Honeymoon in Hawaii brought peace, but returning, challenges resumed. A societal backlash wave hit. Conservative groups protested the foundation, picketing, promoting sin. Media amplified, donations dipped. Charlotte rallied supporters, speaking at rallies. Love isn't a threat, hate is. Inner strength grew, but exhaustion mounted. Worth it? She questioned nightly. Yes, impact seen and saved lives. Then a betrayal. A staff member leaked internal docs, twisting narratives. Fired but damage done, trust eroded. Charlotte pondered quitting, but Jordan urged. This is your legacy. Chelsea's will echoed, build from ashes. Personal growth intertwined with pain. Jordan's family embraced her, contrasting her loss. Holidays blended families, awkward but hopeful. Alex came out as bi, crediting talks. You paved the way. Charlotte swelled with pride, but reflected. Chelsea could have been ally, not adversary. Moral gray areas deepened. Was her sister's life a cautionary tale or tragedy? Years blurred. Foundation expanded nationally. Charlotte authored a memoir, anonymized, sparking discussions. Reviews mixed. Inspiring versus exploitative. She embraced controversy, fueling debate. At a book signing, a woman approached. Your story saved my sister relationship. Validation came bittersweet. But health declined, stress-induced issues. Jordan worried. Slow down. Charlotte resisted. Too much left. Echoing Chelsea's fate? The parallel chilled. In quiet reflection, Charlotte visited Chelsea's grave laying flowers. I forgive you, she whispered. But did you forgive yourself? Peace settled, partial. Life's tapestry wove on joys, sorrows intertwined. Jordan proposed expanding family adoption. Excitement bloomed, new chapter. But past whispered warnings. As she aged, wisdom crystallized. Choices define, but consequences linger. The fortune, once divisive, became beacon. Yet questions remained. Was Chelsea's atonement genuine or desperate? Charlotte stood at the podium. The Foundation's 10th anniversary gala buzzing around her. Lights casting warm glows on faces of survivors, allies, families. Her speech flowed. We've come far, but the fight continues. Applause thundered, but her mind wandered to Chelsea, the catalyst. Without the inheritance, this wouldn't exist. Irony, rejection birthed redemption. Jordan squeezed her hand backstage. Their adopted daughter Lily, now 5, giggling nearby. Family redefined, hard won. But shadows crept. Alex's ongoing therapy, Mia's distant marriage echoing Chelsea's. Cycles broke, but not fully. Post-event, a journalist probed. Do you regret not reconciling sooner? Charlotte paused inwardly. Yes, no, maybe. Aloud. Regret serves no one, action does. But nights brought doubt. Alternate realities where Chelsea came out, sisters united. Fantasy soothed, reality bit. Health stabilized with lifestyle changes, but vigilance remained. Jordan's support anchored. You're my hero. Love healed wounds, but scars itched. A new crisis emerged. Legislation threatening LGBTQ rights, protests nationwide. Charlotte mobilized, marching in D.C., voice amplified. We won't hide. Chants echoed her youth's silence. Arrests followed, peaceful but jarring. Bailed out, she reflected. This is the price, visibility's peril. Media spun. Heiress activist jailed. Support surged, but threats intensified. Family hunkered, security upped. Lily asked, why hate mommy? Explaining broke Charlotte's heart. Some fear difference. Inner resolve. And the cycle for her. Tom passed unexpectedly, while leaving shares to the foundation. Reunion with Alex and Mia, grief shared. Dad admired your work, Alex said. Bonds strengthened. Holidays joint. But Muriel's deathbed confession via letter. I knew Chelsea's secret, encouraged hiding. Anger flared, enablers everywhere. Charlotte burned it, choosing release. As 60s approached, Charlotte stepped back, handing reins to younger leaders. Memoir updated, sales benefiting causes. Jordan retired with her, travels enriching. But reflection deepened. Chelsea's choices, moral failure or survival. Debates with friends circled. She hurt you, no excuse. Others, society's fault. Charlotte leaned toward nuance. Personal accountability amid systemic pressure. Lily's teen years brought echoes, questioning identity. Charlotte guided gently. Be true. No judgment, only love. Contrast to her past fueled gratitude. Yet what-ifs persisted. If Chelsea lived authentically, ripple effects. Final years peaceful, estate a legacy hub. Jordan's illness tested, cancer battled fiercely. Charlotte nursed, roles reversed. You saved me, Jordan murmured. Recovery came, bond unbreakable. In twilight, Charlotte penned letters to Alex, Mia, Lily. Choose courage over fear. Actually, revising for full count. Charlotte's later years unfolded with a mix of triumphs and trials, each decision echoing the past's echoes. The foundation grew into a national network, branches in major cities offering shelters, counseling, legal aid for queer individuals facing familial rejection. She hired diverse staff, ensuring voices from all backgrounds shaped policies. One initiative, named after Chelsea anonymously, focused on reconciliation programs, workshops for estranged families. Irony not lost. Participants shared stories mirroring hers, healing vicariously through them. "Your program saved us," a sister duo emailed. Charlotte replied personally, tears blurring the screen. But success invited envy. Internal politics, a rogue employee embezzling. Investigation drained, trust fractured. Firing them, she pondered. Betrayal everywhere, even in safe spaces. Resilience kicked in. Reform strengthened. Jordan's art career flourished. Paintings depicting queer struggles exhibited widely. Their home, a cozy Boston brownstone, walls adorned with her work, vibrant colors contrasting past darkness. Lily thrived, excelling in school, openly pansexual with friends' support. Family dinners buzzed with debates. Is society progressing? Lily argued yes, Charlotte tempered. Gains fragile. News of rollbacks, bans, violence, fueled activism anew. Charlotte testified in Congress, voice steady. Don't repeat history's mistakes. Applause followed, but exhaustion mounted. Time to pass the torch, Jordan suggested. Reluctant, Charlotte mentored successors, ensuring continuity. Personal reckonings continued. A DNA test revealed distant relatives, some reaching out curiously. One cousin, queer herself, bonded instantly. Your story inspired my coming out. Chains breaking across generations. But old wounds itched when a documentary featured their saga, interviews with Alex and Mia. Mom's denial cost us all, Alex admitted on camera. Public catharsis, but privacy invaded. Charlotte watched, mixed emotions, exposure's double edge. Travel became therapy, Europe, Asia, witnessing global queer movements. In Berlin's Pride, she marched feeling connected. Chelsea would have loved this, she mused, imagining alternate lives. Back home, health checkups routine, mindful of family history. Jordan's scare prompted wellness retreats, bonding deeper. We've paid our dues, Jordan said. True. Joys outweighed sorrows now. Lily's wedding, to a non-binary partner, was a celebration, estate venue, diverse guests. Charlotte walked her down the aisle. Tears joyful. Toasts honored absent. To Chelsea, who started this. Ambivalent but fitting. Grandchildren followed, legacy living. In final reflection, seated by the fire, Charlotte journaled. Choices define us, prices shape us. Peace came, acceptance full. Was Chelsea's decision to hide her truth a moral failing that doomed her family, or an understandable response to a hostile world that demands we question if true change is ever possible without sacrifice?